first chance we've had to come back after a home game and play another home game here, so it's kind of nice. Try to get in the routine of it and get our guys to, get really schooled up and maximize these time frames that we work with. We kind of had a lot of work on the road, so it's good to get this going. So we can hopefully come back to back and put a good game together, and get the kind of game that we want to see. So looking forward to it. He was fine today. Yeah, he's fine. Yeah, he made it through today too. Both those guys practiced today.
You expect both of them?
Yes.
Will
De-Esker is a guy that did a lot of stuff really in training camp before the injury. What have you seen at him come back out here?
Well, he's come back to us in great shape. He worked really hard to ensure that with the trainers and leading up to this time. He looked like he was in top flight form. He was really fast and really quick, and so we got a chance. He can play in this game, so it's good.
What has he been able to show you in a week that he's ready to jump back into this and be available?
Just kind of reminded us of the guy that we hope to see and expect. Like I said, he's quick and explosive and all that stuff, and he's come back ready to go. He's really prepared well to do that.
Look, did the weekend off sort of help the?
Yes, it did. He needed it.
How about Brandon? Bounce back for you too.
Yeah, he really did bounce back, and I was really happy about that on Wednesday. I kind of slowed him down a little bit on Wednesday just to make sure that he was going to get back, and he had a terrific week, so he's ready to play.
So what day do you plan on activating?
We've got to wait and see. We don't have to say that right yet, and we don't have to do it if we don't want to yet. So we'll see.
How's Phil Haynes kind of doing with the cap? It seems like
we took an extra week. We really just took an extra week because it kind of nagged with him. So we took an extra week to get him back. Next week he should be ready to go.
How's Anthony Bradford progressed? How he's playing?
He's doing well. He's doing well for to be a rook jumping in and playing like he's playing. He still has a lot to learn. He can be cleaner and sharper and more precise with a lot of things that he's doing. But what we continue to see out of him, he's really physical. He's a brute coming off the ball and can hold up against anybody. And so he'll be really tested this week for sure. And this will be. He's had enough time to get ready for this, but he's going to get a lot better in time. You can just see that there's a big upside.
Tested this week. Stone's probably going to see some Miles Garrett. Do you have any conversations with the young guy?
Stone's been around. He's fine. He's fine. I'm not worried about that. He knows what he's up against. Yeah, it's just helped us so much that he has that kind of flexibility. Very comfortable. It doesn't matter to him, and feels at home. So, and he's played enough football on both sides that he's got it nailed. So, he's really done a nice job. We're really pleased with how Stone's developed.
Charbonnet, obviously, all the way back now.
Had a very good week. Yeah.
I know you guys listed McIntosh is out and all that, but what kind of week did he have?
He did everything. He didn't have as many reps as the starter would have, but he had reps in every period, and he was very quick and explosive, and seemed to feel comfortable with all the calls and things. So he's been studying. He's been staying with us. He looked pretty flashy out there, to tell you the truth.
What did you see out of 2 days of practice with Frank getting back in the mix with you guys?
It's really hard to imagine that a guy could just move right on back in like that, but he did. He had a couple assignments and stuff that he has to get right and all that, which is only normal, but he fit right in. And the tempo of the way we practice and expectations of how we run and hustle and all that, he just was right in it. So you can tell Frank's really happy to be back, and his mind is in a great place, and he's looking forward to helping us. And so there's no hesitation to put him in. He's going to play this weekend.
Check out, that's a pretty young group. What can Frank add for a guy who's playing off the ball but into the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I mean, he's a Husair. They're going to listen to him. Frankie's not a guy that's going to try to push his influence around a lot. But he's grown into it, and it's just a natural connection with these guys because they are all young, and so they can't help but look up to him, and so he's done a lot of things that they hope to do someday, So, and he's really affable. He's a great kid, man, and so. I've told him coming in, you do not have to come in there with some big leadership responsibility. You just come in here and play football and help us, and we'll take it as it comes. And but you can see already that they're kind of moving towards him. They're listening. They're watching him. He has some flashy plays in practice in his time, so he's already shown up well.
It's part of the job, but is it wild to see him as a 30-year-old dad of 3? Where you
That's
started?
great, man. It's awesome to see that, 'Cause when Frank came through the first time, he was just, obviously fresh out of school and all that, and big-eyed and all that. There was a lot going on, and to see that he has put together a tremendous family and a great unit around him in support of him, and he talks about, we've talked about his kids a little bit already. He's talking just like a dad that knows what those responsibilities are, how hard and difficult it is, and it's a beautiful thing.
He had said that he wanted to come back to soccer. How close did you guys get?
We were talking about it. We talked about all. We've been talking about it for a long time, and so when the opportunity opened up, we were quick to go. And worked out great. The relationships have been maintained throughout, and so it was like, a 10-minute phone call and we're rolling. It didn't take us much to get going on this.
How big of a surprise is that
No, I'm proud of that. I am proud. I mean, to tell you, frankly, I'm proud that they see where we're coming from and they can tell what we're all about. And there's not there's not many hidden qualities here. It's pretty well exposed to who we are and what we're all about. And if they're taken to that and they feel right about it and look forward to taking part in it, that's pretty darn good, because for all the stuff that we have to do to get this team ready week in, week out, and through the season, and all of the rigors and the challenges of it all, you can't hide. We've been there a long time now, and they know you, and that's why it's always been so important to be authentic and to be true and to be caring and all that, because it's a long haul. I don't think of it as a flash in the pan. They come in, they hit it, get out of here. I don't think of it that way. I think of establishing relationships and working at it, so that when it's all over, and when we're talking about Frankie and his kids and talking about down home in the jungle where he came from and all the stuff that he's been through, there's meaning to it, and there's depth to it, and I hope it's kind of working out a little bit.
players don't always leave on the best of circumstances.
Yeah. Yeah.
How have you kind of grown that area, kind of walking up?
Well, it's life's challenges. Things happen, and you have to deal with them, and they're not always, what you want. And there's some realities and reality checks that you undertake along the way, and it's just hard sometimes. You don't see eye to eye on everything, but that doesn't mean that you don't care. It doesn't mean that you won't be there for them when they come back around either. That's I'm trying to outlast these guys just like I asked them to outlast everybody that we're playing. And so I'll still be there. No matter what the heck happens or what's said or whatever. Everybody wants to, somebody just said something not off the cuff or whatever. I don't care. I know where these guys are coming from, and so. All in all, I'm proud. Like I said, I'm proud that we have a place that they want to return to. We got to work really hard to keep it that way.
Why is that openness worked in this league? I'm sorry, Bob.
No, go ahead. I got you. I'll come around.
Go ahead.
Oh, in that process, how critical is the exit interview for when you talk to the player and they have to leave and they'll something about them to come back? The
Yeah.
authenticity of that discussion.
Yeah. This is the way I looked at it. When it comes to that time, and it's time that you got to part ways. I want to be the one to tell them. I want to be there. As much as I don't want to be there, I'm going to be there as best I can to make sure that we deal our way through this. And instead of letting somebody else do it and it's kind of disjointed and all that, I think it should be really thoughtfully, handled and carefully and lovingly handled. And then wish them on their way, and then hope, we may be coming back again. You never know, and we may be coming back after your career's over. You never know, I still want to be there for them, and so it's important. It's really important how you do it, and that exchange is challenging and all that, but you got to face up to the hard stuff, even though you don't want to, you don't like it, and that's what we try to do with that.
Why do you think it's hard? You were told your openness in this way. You were told this wouldn't work in the NFL. Why do you think it's worked?
Yeah, I was just told that just recently. Obviously it's not working. So the question is,
Why has it worked, do you think? What are the factors that have made it work where everyone said it wouldn't work in the NFL?
well, I do know that the ones that take the moment to say that we're not this or we're not that, or you can't do it this way, you can't do it that way, they don't know. They don't understand. And that's because they're not here. And they don't realize, because it looks like, and I'm well aware of this, it looks like it's all fun and games, like we're just having fun out here and playing music and dancing around. And we're doing that. We are doing that. But there's a lot of depth and a lot of meaning and a lot of great football and a lot of great challenges and hurdles and obstacles to overcome together to make you who you are and all that. And why? I think we figured it out. I figured out the way I can do it. I don't know. I couldn't coach like somebody else, but I'm trying to do really well at what I know and what I can do, and kick ass at every turn and every phase, no matter what it is or where it is or who it is. It don't matter, and go about it in that manner and wish for the best, and see what happens afterward,
When you were also have been afforded with stability that nobody else in the league, besides Belichick, has had since the last 12 years. When you got here from SC, did you have an inkling you'd have that ramp, that run up?
I said to Tater, hey, we got a chance to go to Seattle. You want to go? They'll probably give us a couple years, and then they'll kick us out of here. So let's go see what happens. And he was all on board, and away we went, So, yeah, it went a lot longer than I would have thought it would have at the time. Yet the reason I came here was to show and prove that we could do it in this way. And that's something I'll always be grateful for.
So you didn't get to feel you had that runway when you got here?
No. No, I didn't feel that at all. No, I didn't. No.
What was your first in-person play? Was that a combine interview?
Gosh, I think we met him. Yeah, I think we met him in the room. I think he came in, if I remember correctly.
Anything else about it?
I thought he was a really nice kid. He's really easy going kind of guy. I didn't feel this, this monstrous fire burning in him. I didn't see that in him. I thought he was just a nice kid and sharp and all that. And then went with what everybody else knew. I didn't, that's a 15-minute meeting, and he talks for about half of that. So,
In terms, you get a lot of these guys who are playing ball from 5, 6 ways a little later. Is he unique at all in that way?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, because, you take a kid like Spoon, he's been playing since he's a little kid, first grader or something like that, playing organized football in Florida, And so it's different. Yeah, you grow up with it, it's different. And when you don't, it can leave some spaces in there, for the growth and the experience and all of the awareness that comes from playing as long as you can remember, And so, I think he's overcome a lot. Just about Boye, just watching him yesterday in practice, I was fired up about him. He's come such a long ways. You can see him so comfortable and so assertive now. It's just different. It's different, and that's just what the growth is. And that's it was really noticeable. I made mention to the defensive staff how what he looked like, and it's cool the emergence. And so, you guys want to kind of go on all day here? We can keep going. You good? Okay.